La Madia is all about pizza and wine because when I decided to open this restaurant, they were two of the things that I was most passionate about. I collect wine, love drinking wine. I grew up with Italian food, and pizza was a mainstay at home. And through some of my travels in Italy, I realized that's really what my passion is all about. I think everyone loves Italian food, and if they certainly don't, they love pizza. I like to focus on ingredients. We have a really great crust. It's something that I've worked on a couple years before we opened the restaurant, and we've tweaked it over and over again, and I think our crust is getting better and better. And when you take that as a foundation, as kind of a palette, and then you seek out awesome ingredients that are at their peaks, we really bring farm to table to a pizza restaurant that no one else does. When people leave La Madia, what I would want them to feel is an experience that blew them away. The food was sensational. It was better than they ever expected a pizza restaurant could be. They were comfortable and they had fun.
So Danny, you said La Madia does it right. Tell us why you chose it.
Well, this is my wife and I's spot. We get to this place at least once a month. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late night food and drinks. Place we've taken dozens of friends and family, and it is absolutely the best spot in River North.
Now, it's interesting because you live in River North, right?
Yeah.
And this sounds like it's your neighborhood restaurant. Perhaps some people would be surprised to think, wow, there's an actual neighborhood restaurant in River North.
Well,
I think, Rochelle, you were one of those, right?
I absolutely said that, but I actually think my expectations were a lot lower because sometimes you go to River North and you get kind of mediocre food at very high prices, and I actually thought La Madia had fantastic prices and fantastic food, which was great. You can't beat that.
Would you say it's a trendy environment?
You know, it was trendy but not pretentious.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing about that neighborhood. Right. We've gone, and my girlfriends and I go out, you know, when we can get out together. You go into certain places and it's like they enjoy being rude to you, but not at La Madia. I thought they were very welcoming, and,
so she
and
got
the food
it.
is great.
She got it.
That's exactly what the place is about.
Derek, what about you?
I definitely will say that I enjoyed the pizza. You know, they say that they're known for the pizza. Truly love the pizza that I selected. My entree, I was not too happy with, and dessert, totally not happy with.
Okay, well, let's start with the good. What did you like about the pizza?
The pizza, definitely the style of their pizza.
Like a thinner crust.
Thinner crust. The sauce was excellent. The topping that we got on were fire roasted banana peppers and onions.
So, little, I mean, they do unique toppings.
Yes,
yeah, they
definitely,
do sort of like,
definitely.
you know, it's not just a tomato and basil.
Yes.
Yeah, and then, okay, so let's discuss the entree. What happened there?
Well, I ordered the chicken and spinach ravioli, and it was in a brown butter sauce, and the brown butter sauce really overpowered the dish.
That's so funny. We had that dish, and one of my friends loved it so much he was fighting for the last ravioli.
It's one of our favorites.
I really love the pizza as well, but they love the ravioli. I was surprised you said that.
What kind of pizza did you get?
We did one white and one red. The white was amazing. It was an heirloom tomato and ricotta. Just so kind of traditional, but with a little twist to make it interesting. And then on the more classic side, we had the Parma Classic, which has the prosciutto and the arugula tossed in olive oil on top, which is great.
Yeah.
Dan, what are some of the items you like to get at La Madia?
The pepperoni, which comes with a torn basil and truffle oil, which is
sounds good.
absolutely meant to be on pizza.
Yeah.
I really like their arugula salad, and then they also have their heirloom tomato mozzarella salad, which is a lot of times they'll feature like a red and yellow tomato, which is awesome preparation.
You know what's interesting about La Madia? It actually is a chef-driven concept, and you know, you have Jonathan Fox, who was with Maggiano's for many years. He was executive chef at the Pump Room as well. This isn't his first rodeo.
No, he's very good.
So I think when we're seeing a lot of these like interesting toppings and ingredients, et cetera, it's coming from a really sort of like culinary perspective of like, how do we make it different?
I actually thought that it was the right balance of approachable, but just a twist on everything, like using truffle oil with pepperoni or ricotta cheese as opposed to mozzarella. And I really enjoyed that they had the wine pairings with the pizza. I thought that was a little bit different. My wine pairing maybe wasn't perfect. They had like a Riesling with the Parma Classic. Wasn't my favorite, but I love the idea that, you know, they were putting things together for me.
So Derek, who would you recommend La Madia to?
I would recommend it to someone who probably lives in the area. It's close. Overall service was great. It took a minute to get someone to. We sat down immediately, but took a minute for someone to come to the table. But once our waitress came, she was on the money as far as service.
Michelle, you made a comment about the crowd at La Madia. It's all women.
Well, maybe we just went on chick night. I don't know. But it was like 75% of the tables were groups of ladies. I happen to be.
That's why Dan likes it.
It's one of the reasons, yes.
Does your wife know that?
She does well. It's also a co-worker spot as well.
Okay. Yeah, it was a lot of group of girlfriends, but I see why. I went with a group of girlfriends as well, and the plates are, a nice size to share, much cheaper than I would say the average girls' night out. We had a glass of wine, a couple of pizzas, the ravioli to split, and a dessert, and we were still about $30 a person.
Yeah.
What'd you guys get for dessert?
We had the blueberry crostata, which I think you said the dessert wasn't great, maybe?
It was something totally different.
Okay, but ours was only okay.
So what happened with your dessert?
When I looked at the menu, I saw butter cookies. The first thing I thought of, it took me back to school days of having butter cookies at school. And they didn't look too pleasing. And when my best friend and I started
Nothing worse than sad
eating,
butter cookies looking back at
and
you.
they were sad.
Wasn't sad.
tasty.
I've never had a sad cookie.
I've never had a
Cookies make
sad
me
cookie
happy.
either, and especially not a sad butter cookie. I love butter cookies, and it really was a downer.
Well, Dan, you picked La Madia. Sum it up for us.
Great restaurant, great food, great price point, place you can go on a date or with friends for a nice casual good meal.
All right, Derek?
If I'm in the neighborhood, I definitely would go back for pizza. Definitely.
All right, and Michelle?
I would definitely go back, and I'd bring my girlfriends before a night out.
All right, well, you can try the specialty pizzas at La Madia, 59 West Grand, 312-329-0400. They're open lunch and dinner every day. Reservations are accepted, and the average tab per person without drinks is $30.